Got the 47 Mercury frame back from powder coat, and I'm gonna start assembling it. So I've got most of the parts on the table right here. And leave it on the rack, just to make it easier. But yeah, I'll start doing that. You guys will see it in time lapse. Stay tuned for the next part when it's all done. Probably can't see much, but this is the 47 Mercury chassis. I've been kind of putting it back together, running a bunch of brake lines right now. Just you do them before you put the body back on this. It makes it a little easier. You can do it both ways. It's just right here, so why not? Got the front ones run to a T right now. Firewall sits about here, right in this area, so run this up in towards the proportioning valve. That's on the master cylinder. I think CPP makes a kit where it's the whole brake pedal, booster, master cylinder, proportioning valve all in one. Your brake light switch, it's got a little pin on it that'll probably be mounted inside against the pedal instead of doing an inline one. Pretty sure that's kind of kit we're going with, so yeah. These cars originally had the underbody, master cylinder and all that, so just scratch that. Don't want to do that. I'd rather go with the firewall. I like it more. Not a lot of room in here at that big old coyote, so work on little things. The front pretty much done. Just gotta tie it in a little bit more so it's not rattling and all that. Around the rear. And we'll call it good for now. We got a couple more things for this thing ready to go back on the body. Not on it, but under it. It's Friday. I'm tired. Yeah. Get ready for a lot of silence, because I don't talk a lot when I'm working. You guys missed the whole shuffle. Wasn't the coolest, but finally got it back under here. 47 Mercury. I'm gonna start dropping the body down. I gotta cut out the tunnel on the toe board, fit around the tranny, but I am gonna throw on the body mounts, the little bushings. Place those, slowly start dropping, and then I will draw out and clearance it so we can drop it all the way down. And then we can pick the whole thing up and call it good until the next project, which will probably be firewall. I'm just gonna bolt it in, pick the whole thing up. We're probably gonna have to drop it again just so he can paint next door, paint the firewall and toe board and all that. We have to get it color matched and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's where we're at since you guys saw me talking about how I put the motor in. So we get this thing all kind of in one piece again until we're ready to go to the next step. Quick little update. So, kind of a pain to get the body off and on this thing. I gotta adjust the arms multiple times on the way up and on the way down. So, it's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm adjusting them so they don't hit anything. Give myself enough clearance to drop this thing down. So that's kind of where I'm at. Get this thing down a little lower. This looks pretty centered. I'm probably gonna have to move the frame around a little bit just to make it fit under there. Yeah, almost at the point where I can start notching that toe board.
All right. So now that Dane's not here, we can talk about what his plans are.
What our plans are for him.
That's right. So Dane's been working on fitting the body on here. As you guys see in the video, it's got it notched out for the transmission right now. Still need to make a transmission cover or tunnel, and we're working on brake booster and pedal assembly. Originally this car, the pedal assembly was under the floor. So we're gonna get rid of that, hanging off the firewall. And so we found a home for that. That's the easy part. So we gotta, what Jeremiah is gonna be trying to figure out is where do we put all this engine management stuff? So we're LS people. We don't do Fords and Coyotes and all that stuff. So this is new uncharted territory, but should be cool. These Coyotes do scream. This thing, this car is gonna rip for sure. But
Oh yeah.
it's a factory takeout motor out of a 2020, I believe, Mustang. So we had everything. It was a pallet style setup where you can hit the key, and we did fire it up. If you guys look at an older video, it sounded spicy. So yeah, anyway.
Yeah, we could figure out where the steering column's going to go through the firewall too, and how that gets through the exhaust. Figure out how to mount the drive-by-wire pedal and ECU, and
Yeah, we did mock up the column and stuff at one point, but that was with the old firewall, so I have confidence it'll fit. Fingers crossed. Yeah. I'm gonna put vintage air in there too, so that's more dash taking up space, but you know, on a convertible it seems weird, but that's what he wants and that's fine. So I'll throw that in there, and like Jeremiah's saying, we got a lot of computer stuff for this thing, so it'll be exciting. Uncharted.
yeah, with tight packaging.
Yeah. If any of you guys have any tips on Coyote installs, harnesses, ECM, any of that stuff, you know. So anyway, guys, stay tuned. And this thing's gonna rip. Next phase on this thing, body will come back off after the tunnel's built. And everything's all been pre-fit, all the brackets have been welded on. It'll go over to the body shop, get a firewall painted, and back on here for real. So stay tuned.
Have we figured out like pulley stuff?
Fiberglass does. Yeah, we actually have a vintage air pulley kit there.
Oh, nice.
Oh God.
Nice power steering.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Power steering, AC pump is over there. Alternator, we're talking about switching to a smaller one-wire GM style
that's
alternator.
right.
Also uncharted territory.
Yeah.
But I mean, it looks like there's more room underneath there, but the alternator that came with this thing is massive and clunky, so
Yeah.
I'm sure we can.
I remember when this came in, the amount of wires that there was in it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. A lot of redundancy in the Ford stuff for some reason, but yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's been done. We're not the first to do this, so. Yep. It's funny, it's got tiny little bottom end on it. It's all in the heads.
What are you doing? What are you doing over here, huh? What are you doing?
Looking at
Huh?
coyote
What
stuff.
is it? Oh, coyote? Is there any animal in here? What is it? Huh?
Please excuse Jeff.
He's excitable.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, the tow board and floor stuff came out good in here. Dane did that a while back, so now we just got to put it together. It's getting real now. Chassis looks good. It's all, what suspension are we doing? Oh, Scott's hot rod stuff on it. This was all purchased by the customer. It's got Currie rear end, Scott's hot rod suspension front subframe on it and all that stuff, but we went through and boxed all the rails and added a bunch of sub rails and stuff that you guys saw in the video, so yep, plenty strong.